Greetings, I'm Harry Kollatz Jr. for Richmond Magazine, and we're on the trail of Richmond gems, that is, sites and places that if you live here, you may not know about and should, or if you've just moved here, you'll be one up because you know where they are. And so we begin here in Pump House Park. The building behind me is just one of the aspects of an area that's layered with history. This building is also something of a monument for Wilfred Emery Cutshaw, who was the director and the city engineer in the late 19th century. This building was his idea to house not only the very practical city water pumps, but also to host dances and social occasions on the second floor where you see the arched columns. This was an incredible dual use for the pump house, and it was quite popular with the young people. But it also earned a place for ghost hunter Bob Bess as a portal to the underworld in our May 2007 issue, which is another list that Richmond is so proud to make. We're here at the observation deck of City Hall. When Ballou and Justice Architects completed this building in 1971, it was the tallest structure in Virginia for 4 years. And we can debate about the aesthetic merits of its exterior, but there's no question that the observation deck here on its 22nd floor is the most magnificent in Richmond. They were looking directly west up Broad Street toward all the way to the WTVR Channel 6 tower in the distance. But for everything else, you have to have someone tell you because there are no plaques. I, of course, am available for very reasonable rates. Here we are at the Great Shiplock, or Great Shiplock Park. This was the concluding section of the James River and Kanawha Canal and was built between 1850 and 1854. Through the lock directly behind me, ocean-going vessels, both steam and sail, some up to 180 feet long and 30 feet wide, could come through this canal and offload equipment and material at the Richmond dock. Directly behind me was the Confederate Navy Yards, and ahead of me, to the left on Chapel Island, was the Trigg Shipyards, which constructed vessels, about 24 of them, between 1899 and 1901. Here we are at the scenic overlook with an incredible view of downtown Richmond. These stone piers behind me once supported the Richmond and Petersburg Railroad in a spectacular fire of March 26, 1882. That entire bridge was destroyed in a half hour, and most of the industrial buildings on either side as well. Had not the wind blown a different direction, most of Richmond would have burned too. Now, directly behind me, to my right, you'll see that there is a bridge that doesn't quite come across all the way. That was a former project, public-private project. In the new couple of years, this area will be gently redeveloped for more access by bikers and hikers, and we'll just have an incredible view at all hours of the day of the city. Finally, here we are at Hardywood Park Brewery, which is in itself a kind of Richmond gem, somewhat hidden back in an industrial zone off Ownby Lane. But it was here that Eric McKay and Patrick Murtaugh realized their lifelong dream of creating a place just like this. And for about 2 years now, they've been creating this incredible brew and holding festivities and public events that draw people from all over the place. And that's why I say, as you should too, hooray for Hardywood!